Hello everyone, it's your favorite insomniac here, back with another certified hood classic. So by the time you're seeing this video, it is going to be my birthday, so I just want to give an executive order to everyone to sing me happy birthday in unison. Otherwise, I will kidnap your family and I will force them to listen to 1989 Taylor's version for the rest of their lives. But since this is a LowNotes video, the last thing I'll ever really do is take this topic super seriously because my life is already a goddamn joke. So if you guys didn't know, the BET Awards happened like a week ago, and although I didn't watch it because award shows bore me, there were some interesting things that I did catch online on social media. Like for starters, I got a good reason on why the CIA has labeled Sexy Red a threat to national security. Then we got Glorilla doing this, and then we got Lauryn Hill coming through to pay tribute to my father by actually showing up for something in our lifetime. Like, I genuinely thought this shit was AI at first, because Lauryn Hill showing up after all this time to perform an album that came out 26 years ago is absolutely insane to me, but whatever, go off. But what I really wanted to talk about was Mr. Community himself, aka Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino, and how he went on stage and gave out this 2-minute rant on why he still hasn't gotten enough props from the black entertainment industry. And of course, this divided a lot of people on social media, like how everything does, but thankfully that's why I'm here, because I'm gonna at least try and play mediator to this shitstorm. So, you know, when it comes to Childish Gambino, in a sense, I've kind of seen him like an anomaly, right? Like, in a sense, I've kind of seen him like the antithesis to traditional black entertainment. And I don't say it to the extent of him being not like the others, but more in a sense of him making it cool to be the weird kid for once. It's kind of like how Kid Cudi made it cool to be like the quirky weird nerd, except I actually care about Childish Gambino as an artist. But of course, all of this, you know, it hasn't came with some sort of scrutiny and some sort of backlash, usually because of his past, of his mainly anti-black and racist sentiment that he had layered within his form of comedy and his music, that was also layered within his fetishization of Asian women. And although I can't exactly speak for the Asian community and their thoughts on the subject matter, what I can say is that Childish Gambino is a reflection of internet humor and stand-up comedy of before, which was a lot more unfiltered and a lot less socially aware in comparison to today. I mean, it's part of the reason why a lot of his albums actually age horribly today, because when you look at his projects such as Camp, for example, it's a clear example that he was just trying to be edgy, but you know, when you look back at it today, it's clear he was just being cringy as hell. And then also, when you add in the fact that he was 27 years old when this album dropped, the excuses that you can make for him shrinks quite a bit, because I mean, dude, do you really want to carry that kind of energy in your late 20s? But ever since 2016, he's had this major revision in his career, going from 30 Rock, Community, and Because the Internet to Atlanta and Awaken My Love. And I think that just comes with him being self-aware of who he was before and who he wants to be now, and deciding to embrace the now instead, you know? But with all the changing and whatnot, there would eventually come a time in which he would be questioned for his position within the black entertainment industry, because it kind of always felt like he never truly had a position in the first place. So to give a bit of a backstory on myself, so growing up, I was one of those kids who never truly fit in anywhere, so I had to constantly conform to others if it meant being accepted into some sort of friend group. And when it comes to being a black kid growing up, man, if there's one battle I had to really fight, it was never truly being able to be accepted by other black kids. You know, I'd usually get called things such as Oreo because I was white on the inside, or how a lot of my interests that I had were labeled as white people shit, which ended up forming this strong insecurity within me because of all the shit that I just ever had interest in, you know? And I bring this up because I feel like Childish Gambino is kind of like a representation of that black kid that never truly had a place, and in a sense ended up growing a sort of internalized resentment. But now with this revision he's had in his career, he's instead embraced more of who he is as a person and also who he is as a black person. And I definitely feel like that's being shown here at the BET Awards. So as I told you guys before, I never really gave a rat's ass about award shows. I just feel like they're all just ways for celebrities to just jerk themselves off, basically. But when it comes to the BET Awards, I've kind of had a bit of an issue with it, because I feel like the BET Awards don't truly embrace black art and creativity and entertainment as much as they like to try and say that they do. A prime example would be Lil Nas X, especially with him having one of the biggest hit singles of like the past like 15 years. But the moment he started to embrace his sexuality more, he basically got blacklisted by BET. And the only time he really ever got any major props from BET was when they also acknowledged Jack Harlow for an award, who is a white rapper. Hell, even when Childish Gambino had his little rant at the BET Awards, one thing he brought up was how he has the same number of BET Awards as Sam Smith, with Childish Gambino having won for his hit song Redbone, while Sam Smith actually won Best New Artist back in 2015 at the BET Awards, beating out Dej Loaf, Bobby Shmurda, Fetty Wap, Race from Murd, and Tinashe. Like, it's actually kind of insane to think about how the Black Entertainment Awards, a time in which was meant to represent black art in entertainment from black artists all around the world, proceeded to give a British white guy Best New Artist over even Fetty Wap in 2015. Like, dude, Fetty Wap was legit like the biggest artist of like 2014 and 2015 combined. The dude had a diamond record plus multiple hit singles under his belt, and you mean to tell me he doesn't get that award? And even just to give another example, take Tyler the Creator. I mean, he was practically blacklisted from BET until 2021 when he was able to perform there for like the first time in his entire career. But to go back to my point, I always felt like the BET Awards were kind of a sham because it felt like they were never truly embracing black art, but they were only just embracing whatever felt black to them, you know? And when it comes to Childish Gambino, it felt like he never truly fit the stereotypical mold of black art that BET would have wanted. Kind of in the same sense like Lil Nas X or Tyler the Creator, you know? And I feel part of the reason why he's kind of rooted in internalized racism per se, because there's definitely this issue within the black community of how we usually tend to not accept one another if we don't fit the stereotypical mold that was created by society to put us in a box. But what I will say is that for the people that feel like they don't fit in within their communities and they feel like they don't have a place because they don't fit the mold that was envisioned for them, I will say that the best thing that you can do at this point is your own thing. And the same thing can be applied towards Childish Gambino in his question towards the audience of what more he has to do. Just embrace yourself more. Keep creating more art, you know? Love your interest for being your interest, you know? Because at the end of the day, it's like the world doesn't revolve around you or me. So it's like, why waste time thinking about how others perceive you? If you're a black person that wants to embrace being black more often, then do it on your own terms. Don't do it because of the fear of the scrutiny from people within your community. But at the same time, don't resent said community. Don't hold any grudge against them, or at least try not to. I mean, I know it's difficult, but at the end of the day, it's like, that's their box. And if that's what makes them comfortable, that's what makes them happy, then just let them go off and be whatever box they want to be in, you know? But just do your own thing, because that's all you can do. But basically, that's all I really wanted to say because it's my birthday and I can do what I want and I'm a little bit tired. But there is cake in the kitchen. You can all enjoy a slice if you want to, but if you do cut through my name, I will curse your soul while you're falling through the 7 layers of hell. But I have to go. I want to thank everybody for watching. It's been beautiful, man. Thank you all for another wonderful year of creating content on this platform. Thank you all for the 2,000 plus people that watch me and the thousands of views I've been getting and just all the love and support I've been getting. I highly appreciate it. Let's keep this going, man. This is great. All right. I'll see y'all next Monday. Stay easy, man. Peace out.
Zerschmettert die Feinde des Führers, vorbastamenting!